So hi folks, today we are going to deep dive into how to use deep research for your GTM motion. We all do research at one or the other point of time, right? The way we currently do research is we go to Google, type in the research terms and then search terms and then start researching about them, right? It takes a lot of manual effort for us. We have to go through different articles and spend a lot of time, right? Sometimes, like for example, we have to spend like 8 hours to 10 hours just to like research for a particular topic which we have been given by like one of our executives or like one of our teammates that we have to work on. Or even if you're getting started with a new product or new project, right, you would have to spend good amount of time to understand why exactly that market is getting shaped, how that market is getting shaped, and what are the actionable insights that you can get out of it. So that's why I'm covering today more about deep research, how to do about it, how to go about it. I found two interesting articles which will be of interest to you. One is how AI agents are redefining the market research, right? There's this company called Foundation Capital. It is a venture capital firm. It is a market research is a one, and it is differentiated into different areas on like how it is divided. But of course, like the market research is currently bottlenecked by humans. It takes a lot of time for us to do that, and it is a most of a laborious work where at least collection of information can be done by agents, right? And this is a very good chart that I found where it says that yesterday it was all about manual search, right? We would go and like do the Google search by ourselves, and then it would take a lot of time, and then we get that data, right? Manual search was primarily divided into two areas, which is of course primary user research and secondary market research. Now these days, this is now the day and age of AI research agents, which is divided into three areas, which is market research agent, user interview agent, and then product analytics agent. This one, proprietary data, is something which can be used by companies who already have a lot of data. So basically companies which already have traction, they do have a lot of product analytics data by having user agents and everything, right? So that's one area that you have. In synthetic data, you have different set of data sets by which are being provided by Artificial Society, Brox, and all those companies. What I'm currently interested in more into the secondary or market research data that we have, which is usually today being done by ChatGPT or Perplexity. But then there are also traditional companies like Gartner and Forrester. The limitation of them was, of course, like they are super expensive, but they do have some, advantages over the ChatGPT and Perplexity because they also tap into the long tail data, which ChatGPT or Perplexity can't right now. What ChatGPT and Perplexity actually excel into is data which is available on internet and currently is in the text form. This is like the best way for you to actually use them right now. Currently it cannot, for example, like get the data out from videos. It cannot get the data out from images or charts or infographics, right? So that is like one limitation that I've found currently. The other limitation for ChatGPT or Perplexity deep research, or like Google deep research, or like all the other deep research tools that we have from different LLM companies, is that, for example, if you would want them to look at the ad data, for example, Facebook ad library or Google ads transparency data, or for example, if you're researching about paid partnership of a company with influencers on Instagram, that is something that these tools will not be able to find. That is one other demerit that they have. But apart from that, they are still very good tool to research in the text form. So today it is all about AI research agents, and then over the period of time, it will be a system of agents. This is the future where they're saying that we will have a marketing agent, product management agent, strategy agent, and then basically these will tap into their own current forms, right? Which I would really like to see, which is marketing campaign drafts, strategy roadmaps, product development plans. All of these can be developed because of the system of agents that we have. So this is a very good report. You can go deeper into it, read it. I will share the link with you. The other important thing that we are going to do today is go deeper into how to use deep research for GTM. This is a very good article by Kyle Poyer in collaboration with both of them write very good, and Kyle is like one of the legendary writers there out there. Now, uh, the point is that they have written this to sort of from the GTM perspective. And so yeah, let's dive right in. So basically, of course, like the first point that they have covered is point the research agent to the high quality sources. So what happens here is that the quality of your output depends upon the quality of sources that your deep research taps into. Now, there are two ways that they have suggested. One is, of course, you have to specify, either you can specify the kind of sources that you would want ChatGPT to tap into. For example, like they have said it, right? Primary sources like government data, or over secondary sources like news articles. So basically, you would want, for example, like um, tap focus more on the government data than the news articles, because news articles can be scammy, right? So, and plus they might be purpose driven. The other is, of course, you can ask ChatGPT or cloud to actually give you the high quality sources, and then in your prompt you add that these are the sources that ChatGPT or cloud has to tap into to get you the deep research output, right? That is one. The other is, of course, providing context to get customized insight. There is very good tweet from Tobai Lutke, which is about, he likes the term context engineering than prompt engineering. And to be honest, I totally agree with him. The more context that you provide to the LLM, the better your whole prompt is. Not just like prompt essentially is like more context than anything else. Context plus instruction, right? That is how a prompt is. So, of course, you should give them information about where you work and how your company operates, what exactly you are trying to achieve, right? For example, like you can say that we are trying to get better visibility into campaign performance by planning and budget allocation. So if you get a very good objective, it gets that clarity, and then with that clarity, it will do that research, right? And also, you should mention the kind of constraints that you have. For example, how much budget or headcount do you have for implementing this project? Are there any deadlines or realistic deadlines for you to do it? Anything leadership or legal won't approve? So that is something that you can do. So to add context, they have given this example of, you can add initial context by adding any reports, right? Or like the report that you generate, and then you can also add custom instructions, example on report format, so you don't have to repeat them, right? And then this is like basically you can write a prompt like, I'm planning to generate a deep research report on X in order to do Y. What context should I provide so that I get a customized actionable report? Pretend you have no context from any other prior conversation. So yeah, so this is something that I really like about LLMs, is that you can actually ask them that what are the pointers that I should be covering, and then basically that becomes like part of your prompt. So that is a very interesting thing you should do. You can also, so this is something ChatGPT and Gemini both have started doing, where once you give them a prompt, they ask you about further question, right, or follow up questions to get clarity on that. Do you mean this? Do you want me to go specific? Do you want me to go broad or something like that? So you can do that. The other is, of course, like as specific you are, mm, as like the more specific you are, the better the output, right? And I'll give you one interesting example from my side. So recently I was researching about a company called Julius AI, and I gave it this kind of prompt where I told it, can you help me write a prompt for deep research? I am researching about a company called Julius AI. I want you to research about the current product that they have, the current market that they are working in, their competitors, the current funding that they have got, their current growth strategy, on which channels they are present, what are their follower counts, who started Julius AI, who were the founders, how did they get their first funding, how did they get their next funding round, how they have hired people, what is their hiring philosophy, what is the company situated, where is the company situated, what are their expansion plans, where they are headed, what are the key ICPs that they are focusing on, what are those ICPs, market size, their time, why are they, I did not like, I think, this is one of like dictation errors, but yeah, Why are they currently focusing on those core ICPs? What is their founder story? How did they get this idea? Why are they solving this problem rather than any other problem? Is there any story around them starting Julius AI? What are their future plans of expanding Julius AI? What is their current marketing strategy? What is their current product development strategy? What are their revenue goals if you are able to find any? What are their expansion goals? What is the natural frequency of the users of the key ICPs which Julius AI is targeting? What are the core problems of Julius AI which Julius AI is solving? Why that problem is not being solved today by any other product, right? So you can see that I have given a lot of information, but it is highly unstructured, and that is something that they want to communicate, right? This is something which you will not be able to do, right? Because it will just give a very basic prompt, and then you will not get a structured report out of it. But the way I go about it is that now I have given it this information. ChatGPT has written a deep research prompt for me, where it says that I want a detailed, well-structured research report on the company Julius AI. The research should cover company overview, founding story, funding and investors, product and growth strategy, market and ICPs, key ICPs, TAM, SAM, SOM, competitors and positioning, team and hiring, social and public presence, future outlook, and all those things. Then output format, basically the output format will be to deliver the findings as a structured report with solutions and bullet points, citing sources where possible, wherever possible, right? Include recent news, press releases, and interviews to support details. So now what happens here is, then I wanted them to also add that how has data analysis evolved over the years and how Julius AI is positioned and all those things. So then I got an updated prompt. Then I ran this prompt with deep research, and then basically then it asked me some follow-up questions, and I want to go deeper into this because these are important. Whenever you will put anything into deep research, it will first go through the text that you have provided, go through the prompt that you have provided, and then it will come up with some follow-up questions. So for example, is there a specific deadline or time frame that you need research by? I don't know why it asked. I think it just did it. I said no time frame. Then do you have any preferred sources, Crunchbase, company website, TechCrunch you would like to prioritize? And this is very important, right? So I said that no preferred sources. Then here it said that should the output be focused more on strategic insights, implications or investors or founders, or descriptive coverage? So I said that it should be descriptive coverage, right? Then it did the whole, it I think spent 13 minutes and 25 sources. It did 82 searches, and then it created this whole report. Right now, this is a very descriptive report about Julius AI Deep Dive, where it says that Julius AI is an AI-powered data analyst platform that lets users analyze and visualize data through an NLP, and you can chat with the data. And it also like gave very good lines, and then also things which actually need to be bolded, they actually made it bold. So, and then basically you can have conversation analysis, you can have data integration, auto visualization, hybrid workflow, memory and collaboration. Then it went into the founding story and motivation. So who is the founder, how the company started, how they got into Vice. They want to, what exactly has been their goal. Their goal is to simplify data analysis for non-technical users. What are the kind of funding and investors that they have had? Horizon VC, 8 VC, Y Combinator, and AI Grant. And these are the people who are like the part of the were part of the investment round that they had. Product and growth strategy, their product development strategy, their current marketing strategy. And you can see, right? So for example, like in marketing, that is something that I wanted to point out, which was that in the marketing strategy, it told us that, you know, at Twitter that they have 18,000 followers. But what it did not tell me that how are they running paid ads on for Facebook, or how are they targeting intent based keyword ads on Google, right? It covers that, you know, it has done product hunt launch, it has LinkedIn, this many LinkedIn pro followers, these kind of videos are getting put on YouTube. Then growth and revenue, these numbers, retention tactics, what exactly the team is doing, partnerships and expansion, marketing and ICPs, who are the key ICPs, business professionals and non-technical roles, executives and business owners, academic and education users. What is the TAM? So they went deeper into the TAM also. What it left out was SAM and SOM. I think that needs calculation. But I think they just like went into this whole market category kind of a thing, that AI analytics market is about $3.7 billion in 2024, and it is projected to grow by 30%. Then it told me about competitors and positioning. So ChatGPT is like a direct competitor. Then ThoughtSpot and other conversational BI tools are there. Traditional BI tools are there, and how it is like how there are other emerging AI analytics startups which are there. How Julius AI is differentiated, right? So all the things that we had in our prompt, it has now answered us in just 13 minutes. Then team and hiring, the way they hire, the kind of people that they have hired, that is also there. The kind of people who are mentoring them, that is also there. People who are tweeting about them. So that is also interesting, that if you would, for example, if I wanted to reach out to someone in Julius AI, I now know that these are the people who have actually collaborated with Julius AI by either investing with them, or they have talked about Julius AI on social or somewhere else. So where I can now go and ask for like a connection with in Julius AI, right? What is their hiring approach? Who are these people from? They'll be expanding their team to 20 to 30 people to execute enterprise go to market. But for now, Julius's hiring pattern indicates that they are engineering heavy, product focus, and community RTO. Then social and public presence, Twitter, LinkedIn, Slack, and community forum. So they have this a Slack community. That is a very interesting thing that they got, right? Then basically, what is their content style? What is the future outlook? They might have a mobile app which they will be focusing on now. Proactive insight and alerts. You basically Julius would want you to connect your data with them, and then they can keep giving you alerts and everything. Stated expansion plans. What are the expansion plans that they have talked about in their press releases or socials? What are the upcoming product launches that they are planning? And then historic journey of data analysis. This is something that I asked in the next part, where like I wanted to understand deeper like how data analysis as a domain has been or has emerged, right? So that I can get deeper understanding of how data analysis is getting into change, right? How it has evolved. So this is what it is. For people used to use ANAC and then Fortran to do analysis. Then there was VisiCalc, and then also like there were data warehousing tools. Then there was business and intelligence tools. Big data era was there. Now the self-serve analytics tools are there, where people use Tableau and Power BI. And then basically this is how things have been, right? We started with manual or paper era, then we got into mechanical aid era, then early digital computing, PC and spreadsheet, database and BI, then big data, and then now we have AI augmented analysis era, which is like a natural progression, right? And that is how or Julius AI is trying to position itself. So tools, different kind of tools which are there. So it has like a lot of information which I can consume, and then I can use. So it has like written all the sources which are being used. So that's one. So then they have also like gotten deeper into how to write a good prompt, which is more about first you state a goal, what you want to do, you add context, then there are optional content that you can add depending upon your objective. According to them, they have mentioned that ChatGPT is an overall good, best general purpose research tool, right? So that is something that you can do. Then practical GTM use cases for deep research. So step by step guide for large in-house projects. You can use ChatGPT and Gemini. Then researching competitors and ad strategy, ChatGPT and Perplexity. Conducting an audit of your homepage or landing pages, ChatGPT and Gemini. Analyzing competitors and product features, ChatGPT and Gemini. Market assessment for international expansion, ChatGPT and Cloud. So of course ChatGPT wins all the way, but of course Gemini and Perplexity are also and Cloud are also like good tools. I've also found Gemini to be an interesting tool in terms of in-depth analysis and research. Then there are some use cases that they have written. I'll just go skim through it, but of course like you can have a step-by-step guide for large in-house projects. Then you can research your competitors' ad strategies. You can also conduct an audit of your homepage or landing pages. You can use I think ChatGPT agent to do that. Then you can analyze competitors' product features. You can do market assessment for international expansion. So yeah, so I think that's about it. Of course, so folks, get started using deep research for your specific use cases, and please tell me what exactly. I would encourage deep research. If it is not available on your ChatGPT, I think it should be on free plan. But if it is not, go to Gemini and then like start your first deep research. Do you like put out your first prompt, and like however it may be, you will learn when you keep doing, right? So, and plus when you have run your first deep research and when you have like first report, please send it over to me and then let us chat onto that. Thank you.